championships by winning another one.
Well, he validated the championship, Skip, but we're going to Golden State. The winning the championships, and I don't believe Golden State. And I've always believed this. Golden State needed Kevin Durant as much as Kevin Durant needed Golden State. I do not believe Golden State wins 2 more titles, gets the 3 more. They might get there, but I don't believe they win 2 more titles without Kevin Durant. And you see, they lost to Toronto because Kevin Durant was injured. I don't believe they beat Kyrie and LeBron again, Skip. That's why they knew it. It's 7 games, and Kyrie was only getting better. And Kyrie had he was on a podcast, I Am Athlete, I think, and he said if he was mature then as he is now, we might be having a different conversation about the championships that Golden State won. But Skip, I think the thing is, look, the 2 championships in Golden State took a lot of pressure off Kevin Durant. Can you imagine the conversation we'd be having right today? If Kevin Durant did not go to Golden State, and here he is in year 15, year 16, and he got 0 championships?
But he did.
As great as he is. Now, hold on, what is everybody saying? Skip, it's almost like he didn't even play at OKC. Nobody even talks about OKC. The man spent, 9, 10 years in OKC.
Well, he did win an MVP.
Nobody mentioned, what did they talk about, Skip? Golden State, Finals MVP. Golden State, Finals MVP. Now he's in Brooklyn for 3 years. The first year, he was rehabbing. All I know is in 2 years in Brooklyn, he's won 1 playoff series. Now, here's Steph Curry in the Western Conference Finals. Let me tell you what's going to happen, Skip Bayless. Steph Curry wins another title. I don't see how Kevin Durant can ever be ranked ahead of Steph Curry. He has 4. He would have gotten 2 without Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant would have gotten none without him. So I don't know, Skip, and Kevin Durant might say, well, I don't care. Kevin Durant, look, when you're as great as Kevin Durant, you do care. Because Kevin Durant knows what he is. He knows who he is. And he knows what he's capable of doing. But he's going to have to do it, Skip. He's going to have to win a championship outside of Golden State. Because, Skip, what happened? LeBron, when you had D-Wade, you got Chris Bosh. So he goes to Cleveland. And he wins. And the one he won in Cleveland meant more than the 2 that he won in Miami. And then he goes to L.A. and wins another. 1 championship in Brooklyn or 1 championship somewhere would mean more than the 2 that he won in Golden State, because they look at, you got Steph, Clay, and Draymond, and they're back in the Western Conference Finals again. So it lets you know they were pretty good without you, bruh. Now you need to show them what type of player you were without them. Skip, he's going to have to do this. He's going to have to do it.
Help me out. How many Finals MVPs does Steph Curry have?
He has none.
How many does Kevin have?
He has 2. I believe if they win this year, he'll be the. But Steph does have 2 regular season MVPs, back-to-back, 1 unanimous.
To 1 for Kevin.
But he will have 4 chips. Now, you say you're going to place more value on chips. 4 to 2. 2 MVPs to 1. Back to the finals, not to the. Remember, Skip, he went to the finals and won without KD. He would have gone again and possibly won without KD. I don't know how you put KD in front of him, Skip.
Okay, here's what I know. Here's what I have seen. I believe that Kevin Durant just got taken completely off the hook for his first 9 years in this league because his co-star in Oklahoma City was Wes Brick. And I believe that Wes Brick got so exposed as the starting point guard for his Los Angeles Lakers that people did finally look back at those 9 years and say, you know what, Durant was right. He had to get out of there. I told you, I got it from way inside his camp. Can't win with him. He's the primary decision maker, and I'm never going to win a championship here if I stay with Russ. Love him like a little brother, but I don't love playing with him in the end because I can't win big playoff games with him as my primary decision maker.
Right.
I think everybody now says, aha, we got it. So in year 10, he said, I got to go win a ring. What's the fastest route? Well, those guys, not only would they help me, but they're begging for me.
Yes.
They flew completely across the country on July the 4th out to the tip of Long Island.
Yeah.
Got down on their knees. We need you to save us. You keep saying that Draymond fled into the parking lot after losing Game 7 at home, thanks to Steph coming up even smaller.
Skip, this is my Kevin Durant now. Don't take no shots at Steph.
Really small. He came up mini-me small. So Draymond calls Kevin Durant and says, we need you. I'm crying.
Yeah, FaceTime.
Okay, all right. And the whole contingent flies together. And Steph says, I got a Maserati here, but I'm going in that up. I'll just slide right over into the passenger seat.
Yeah.
You take the wheel.
Yeah.
And he took it.
Yeah.
And I was impressed. I wasn't ever sure about Kevin Durant until he just grabbed the wheel and said, I will drive you to a championship.
Right.
2 huge game threes in LeBron's house, back-to-back finals, won him back-to-back finals MVPs. And I said, that's guts, man. You stood up to because the NBA world was waiting for him to fall on his face, especially in that first finals, obviously against LeBron. And he did not. He rose and he shone. And he did it again. And you can say he became a made man. And now I'm not exactly sure if this is Shaq taking a shot. I think he reposted this, but it's not completely clear.
Skip, we know how Shaq feels about Steph Curry. That's his guy. Of all the guys, I think Steph Curry and Giannis might be his 2 favorite players.
Well, now he and Steph have a commercial, a crypto commercial together.
Right.
Okay, so what do I know that Kevin has achieved since he left Steph, Clay, and Draymond? Well, I do know this. There was this thing called the Olympics last summer, and he did go to the Olympics. I think you got to count this because he led Team USA to the gold medal. And every game I watch, they would get in trouble because you predicted before, the world has caught up to us. So I'm watching every game on the edge of my seat, and Australia in the semifinal, France in the gold game. Kevin Durant would just take the game over late. They would just look to him like, you got this? Yeah, I got this. And then Damian went to the free throw line. Damian Lillard missed 2 free throws. And Kevin said, I got this. Just throw it inbounds to me. I'll get fouled. I'll go down there and swish 2 free throws. And they barely held off France for the gold medal.
Right.
I give Kevin high marks for that. Yeah. That's an achievement that I think goes on his record.
Yeah, he has a gold medal. He has a gold medal.
Thanks to him.
But in the grand scheme of things, nobody counts. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people, foreigners that win gold medals and they get into the Basketball Hall of Fame, but that's not how we rate our players. Right. That's not how we rate NBA players.
Let him go fail and see what would happen, because that would be a huge, big asterisk on his legacy if he had failed to lead our team to a gold medal.
Skip, he left Golden State, a great situation, to get out of Steph's shadow because it was Steph's team.
Okay.
Yeah, you joined Steph's team. Now he has his own team with a guy he selected, or they selected each other, however it came to be.
Okay, so did Kevin bet on the wrong horse because he followed Kyrie to Brooklyn? I think Kevin, from all I read and heard, he wanted to go to the Knicks. Let's put the Mecca back on the map.
Right.
No, Kyrie says, we've got 2 max. Let's go over here to Brooklyn because I grew up loving the Nets in New Jersey. Right. Okay, let's go. Okay, I'll go along with it. And all of a sudden, Kyrie reveals himself to be a little wacky to start with and a whole lot self-centered because he cares a whole lot more about Kyrie than the basketball team.
Right.
And I think you have concluded that.
Yeah.
It's hard to win with Kyrie behaving the way he has behaved.
Right.
It has been team wrecking because it sent James Harden completely over the edge and he quit on the team and won it out. Well, how can Kevin overcome that? Well, he almost did a year ago because Kyrie wasn't even there, and James is saying, I got a pulled hamstring. Well, what was wounded, what was injured was his fragile psyche. That's what happened. Any playoff game, all of a sudden, every playoff game, James has got a pulled hamstring.
It always puzzles me and surprises me. People get into relationships and they say, well, I didn't know he or she was like that. How the hell did you not know?
I don't know.
You mean to tell me KD didn't know that Kyrie had these kind of quirks, these kind of mannerisms?
Or James, for that matter.
Yeah, I mean,
look at James' playoff record, his history.
But I didn't know. Yeah, listen, I don't care what type of relationship or how long you've been in. They've shown you signs when you were dating. You just chose to overlook those red flags.
That is a fact.
Maybe you were colorblind, and maybe you thought they were white flags.
I agree.
But there are signs there in any relationship that will eventually, that if the relationship ends, that he or she showed you that you just chose to overlook. Skip, KD wanted to leave Golden State. Bob, and remember when they was up on that parade, and Bob Myers said what he said. I said, Skip, he gone. He said, oh no, we're gonna keep Steph. We're gonna keep him.
I'm going to remind you, you came in here day after day and you said, this is 1-on-5. It's Kevin Durant against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
The Milwaukee Bucks were about to go on.
You mean, oh, yeah, the second round.
In the second round last year, the 7-game series.
Yeah.
The Bucks were on their way to winning the whole thing in 6 games in the finals, right? Look at what Kevin did in Game 5, a home game. It was 2-2. And he goes 49, 17, and 10. That's a masterpiece.
Yes.
Well, you got to give him some credit. And then home game 7, he goes 48, 9, and 6.